Well, we're fresh back from Jet Power, and today we had four special boxes arrive, and these are the Skywing 2.1 meter Falcon aircraft. We've got a matching pair of Falcons here, and we're going to unbox them today. For full disclosure, today is Wednesday. We've got two Picaros still to finish. So very likely we'll start on these on Friday. We've got Friday, Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday to get these guys wrapped up before they come with us to Turbines and Tumbleweeds in Texas. So let's get busy and get these things unboxed. All right, the scheme on this Falcon, I know that's upside down, but it is the new green and dark scheme, which is awesome. Now these models have two numbers on the side. So we've got 358 and I think 357 is the other one. So we've got a matching pair of boxes. So we want to make sure we keep the 358 with the 358. So we're going to open up 358 first, just because that seems like the right thing to do. All right, so one of the things that has been very intriguing with the Skywing line of aircraft is, number one, the ease of assembling these things, and number two, how everything just fits together very smoothly. From what I've seen, I've never seen one in person or flown one in person, but I've seen them in person, just not really up close, and been able to take them apart and things like that. So as we get into this, we'll share those features with you, but definitely some very intriguing things on this aircraft that are advanced compared to many other companies. One of the things I love in this hobby is innovation, because it helps drive everybody else forward. So as things are innovative and new, it really helps the hobby progress. So I'm assuming that this is going to be the fuselage. I'm assuming that the wings are going to be in here. Don't know how it's packaged, so let's pull out the fuselage first. So we'll open this guy up. Now I'm assuming we've got double boxes here. There was a little bit of a tear in that box, but I see cardboard inside of the outside box. So I think they are very well protected. Yes. Yeah, so we've got the thick cardboard on the inside, which is the really thick, like half-inch cardboard. So yeah, very well protected boxes. All right, so I'm going to assume that you cut this top section. Good assumption. Nice. I can't see the fuselage yet, but this is going to be, I think, some really nice colors on this thing. So there's a shot of the inside, what it looks like as soon as that box is opened up. So that green is stellar, fluorescent. I guess it'd be fluorescent yellow. I call it green, but very nice. So a lot of cool things with this plane. A lot of stuff is pre-done for you. We've got one of the stands, the assembly stands here, carbon wing tubes. And everybody that I know that has owned a Falcon, a Skywing aircraft, has been quite impressed with it. So that's good. And I'll apologize in advance on that first little bit if the audio sucks. We're having mic issues, so mic is working now. Okay, so we've got some random packing material, which is good. So that stuff's just taking up space on the inside. All right, so it looks like we've got the front fuselage in here. So front fuselage, some bits and bytes, the assembly stand, wing tubes. So yeah, that's basically what's in the tall box. So that means that all the surfaces are in the big rectangle box, and the rear part of the fuselage will be in there as well too. So we will just slowly work our way through this and pull all these pieces out. Nice, yeah, the color is really nice. I'm digging it for sure. This is one of their new color schemes, and it's going to be a popular one for sure. So far everything is very well packaged, well thought out. That is always nice to see. So we've got our CG templates here on the front. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably landing gear. Oh no, bits and bytes. So control surfaces or linkages, vectored nozzle, some fuel tubing. Nice. Oh, the kit comes with, we'll get into this when we do the assembly series, but the kit comes with all these gauges as well too, which is very cool. Okay, so should just pop out. Awesome. Okay, so here's the assembly stand. 2.1 m Falcon. I don't think you'd want to transport it on this, but I believe they say this is an assembly stand, I'm pretty sure. All right, so we've got a sheet of decals here. They're definitely not decals, they're for sure decals. Some cool colors. All right, I'm already really digging this color. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Ooh, very nice. Very nice color. I'm just checking the camera here to see if it picks it up well. Now this is fluorescent yellow. Very nice, very nice. All right guys, so here's the Skywing setup. Wow. So that's why everybody loves these things, because they are so completely already set up and everything, which is cool. So we are going to be making quite a few changes on this aircraft, just so you're aware. So we are going to be removing all of the tank structure here. We're going to be putting a fuel bag in this area. So that's one of the huge changes. I have checked with Skywing and they said it's totally fine to take all of that tank structure out, which is good. You can see here, decent paint scheme. I like it. I think it looks really good. We've got some intake covers, the little honeycomb things there. One of the things that's really popular with this is the way everything just goes together. So you've got all these pre-made plugs that interlock with each other. So everything's already done there, which is great. The fuselage and the wings and all the surfaces use a quick release setup. So there's two buttons down here. We'll get into this more in detail, but you slide the wings on, you push the lock button, and that's it. No screws, no nothing. So some of the things we'll be changing on here as well too. We're only going to be using one battery on this aircraft. So we'll have one battery plugged in here. It will have one plug-in that we're using. Everything else will be covered up. So that's one of the changes. Our UAT's gone. All of our tank setup's gone. All of our equipment's going to go on the underside of this, this tray, or in that area. Our fueler system's going to change a little bit. So quite a few changes on this aircraft that we'll be doing, which is, it's exciting. It is. All right, so box number 2, we are ready to open it up. So one of the other things that I really like about this color scheme, and as we look at the wings and stuff, you'll be able to see it better, but there is a very good contrast between the top side of the plane and the underside of the plane. So the underside of the plane is all white or lighter colors, and the top side is that green and dark scheme, which makes just the contrast between the two really nice. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to open. It said this side up, but maybe that's just for shipping. Nice. Wow. That is very intricate packing. They stuffed an amazing amount of stuff in this box. So very well packaged. We've got wing bags, fuselage bag, whatever is in there. I don't know what comes with it. So we've got a bag on the one end. There's another bag maybe for surfaces on the other end there. And everything is just stacked and stuffed in there. This is going to be the rudder. So the rear fuselage portion is in there, but very impressive. All right, so we'll kind of pop these guys out piece by piece. All right, so we've got, oh, dang. Comes with a fuselage bag. Huh. And it looks like this, you can either separate the fuselage pieces or you can undo this, I would assume, and maybe join the fuselage bag together. Wow, that's super cool. Huh. Yeah, here's the rear fuselage portion, and it looks like everything just joins up. Already impressed. All right, so tail bag right there. And again, these surfaces come off so easy that kind of setting the standard for stuff. All right, now you don't want to throw out your plastic tubes here because those plastic tubes are for your assembly stand. All right, so the wing happens to be the easiest part to take out first. And again, that color scheme is popping. So nice. All right, there we go. There's the wing. So cool shapes on the wing. I like seeing stuff like that. It's nice. So some cool details. We've got a flare at the root of the wing. Joins with the fuselage nicely. All of the plugins pre-done. Wow. Awesome. One of the cool things about the Skywing, the Falcon, because it's a 3D plane, or you can fly it that way with vector if you want to. You can see here that we've got the flaps which move the same amount as the ailerons. So if you want a full chord movement, you have that option to be able to do so. So very cool. Nice wing. Definitely not crazy light. It's definitely got some substantial structure to it, but you can see there the top side versus the underside, right? So great contrast. The fuselage is much the same. So very nice. Love that. All right, so we're gonna pull our other wing out. Should be an identical match to the other one. At least I would sure hope so. All right, so we got a nice match to this wing. I love little details like this, like little swoopy wing tips and stuff. That just does it for me. That's wicked. Now looking inside here, we do have some really nice structure inside the plane. So we've got carbon receiver tubes, carbon phenolic tubes. Nice structure throughout. You actually have a good view. Hard to show it on camera, but there's a nice view all the way down the leading edge. And we've got carbon laminated plywood all the way down. The wing is not super flexible, so it's a nice thick layup on the wing skin. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. All right, guys, so we'll pop out the tail surfaces here next. Those should be just miniature versions of the wings. All right, and there we go. There's the tail section. Very nice. The parts are serial numbered as well, too. So we've got Falcon 00358. That was the number from the box. So that's cool. We know everything's matched up. Very nice. Lots of surface throw available as well. Cool. All right, so our other tail piece is here. Very nice. So same as the other one. And now we've got our rear fuselage portion. So and then we've got our wing bags here. All right, so again, great packing job. They put some extra foam pieces where it matters. Now, a lot of planes in the 2-meter size now, you're gonna see the vertical stab is generally removable. Now, often the fuselages are split, vertical stab is removable, but with the way they package this, it really doesn't take up any extra room, so well done. Skywing, you guys did a great job packing this plane and yeah, it's great. Nice details on this thing. Very nice. So some of the details here, the pipe is already set up and installed and sized and everything. Very, very hefty outside section here, which is nice to see because this is going to be holding the vectored nozzle. So that's cool. That's awesome. I love all these little details in here, like this little shark tooth, I guess is maybe what you want to call it, but this little build out is nice. It's all painted, nice and sharp all the way down. Yeah, nice details on this fuselage. It's impressive. And then you get into here and you can see some of the structure inside there. So we've got nice structure, nice glue joints as well too. Looks like really good glue joints. That's impressive. Very impressive. Super cool. And there's the pipe. Pipe is thick. When I stick my hand in there and try and deform it a little bit, it doesn't have any give really. So this is the quick release sections here. So this would be for the canopy, right? So canopy slides in, you lock it, canopy unlocks, and you slide it out. So all the surfaces are like that. Very interesting. That'll be a first for me, so gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup here and make us some room, and then we're gonna do a time lapse of how long it takes to put this entire fuselage together, and wings on, tail surfaces on. I think it's gonna be quite quick, so we'll time it, and we'll see how it works out. So let's do a bit of cleanup, and we'll come back. All right, guys, we got everything cleaned up. We got the fuselage put on the stand here, the assembly stand. Now, I'm guessing if you really wanted to glue this together, you could as well too. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it's nice. It fits everything really well. It fits it like this with the fuselage split. And then once the fuselage is together, you'd slide it forward and it's probably gonna hug these perfectly. So anyways, we're gonna put this together. We'll do a time lapse, but we will put, obviously the marks are on the camera there as far as time. So the only thing we've kind of pre-done is I put the wing tube in the fuselage. Now this is interesting. You don't see this a lot. You see like an anti-rotation pin, but on this one you've got another carbon tube that's about half the length sticking out, or maybe a third of the length-ish sticking out as well too. So that's cool. And then on the tail section, there's also 2 tubes as well too. So you'll see that as we put this together. Now, when you put the fuselage together,
The fuselage has 2 rods, so those slide in place, so pretty straightforward. And then there's 4 2.5mm, so 3mm Allen keys, which use a 2.5mm tool. So I think that should be pretty straightforward. There's keepers on those Allen key heads so they can't fall out, which is nice. All right, so we're gonna put this together. We'll time it. I'm gonna use my watch, and I'll show you guys the actual time here. So what I'll do is I will show you my watch just so it's legitimate. So 7:54 and 30 seconds starts now. No, I'm definitely not going to do this in a race pattern. I'm just going to put it together. I've never put this together yet, so okay, so that was pretty easy. So I think you would do that. Now the little Allen keys that you thread or tighten down here, they kind of have a bit of a conical washer, a cone-shaped washer. So as they interlock with the tabs, it kind of sucks everything in. So it's not like you need to hold this tight and then tighten them down. It's basically self-tightening, which is pretty darn slick. Now I'm not going to put any Loctite or do a super tight on these things because we're going to be taking it back apart, but I just want to see how long this thing actually takes. Okay, so we're 7:55 and 30 seconds, so it's been a minute. Okay, so I'll slide this forward now, so it's sitting in the stand properly. I think something like that. Yeah, that works. And the wings are clear as well too, so that kind of makes sense. So we'll put our horizontal stabs on next. So I'm assuming this is all like pre-positioned and everything, so it should be pretty straightforward. Wow, is that ever easy? Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so it's not going in all the way, so I'm just going to pull this side out. Just make sure that this other side goes in. Okay, so I've never done this before, so keep that in mind while we do this. I see. So the little tab is kind of just sticking a little bit. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I just needed to figure out how to actually work this thing. So lock, perfect. Lock, yeah, it's easy. All right, I'll grab the wings and we'll do that next. And the wing locks are on the bottom, yes. So on these guys, I'm going to check first and make sure that we're open. So you don't need any tools or anything to push that. As long as you push it in nice and hard, it pops out, no problem. Man, that's easy. So the button towards the surfaces are the locks, and the buttons towards the fuselage are the unlocks. So I am adding a little bit of time here because we fiddled around with that back end, fiddled around with the wings, learning this for the first time. Trying not to hit the beautiful Carf F4 in the background. Wow, that's so easy. Jeepers. And we might as well put the canopy on because that would be fully assembled. Nice. And then same thing. So towards the item or the surface is our lock. Wow, that is quick and easy. Man. All right, so timing, 8:01, 15 seconds. So we're about, what's that? We were at 7:54 and 30 seconds, 8:01 and 30 seconds. So about 7-8 minutes or so fiddling around with it. So, you know, realistically, you get to the field, and you know, maybe if you're charging at the field, you get to the field, put your battery on charge, pull this plane out, and you're putting your wings on. If you have to put your tail together, I'm assuming you're leaving your fuselage together. This plane's together in like 2 minutes, I bet. Amazing. Very impressive. That's cool. And as far as the looks go, thumbs up. This color scheme is bright. All right, so a bit of a walk around here, guys. We will be doing a assembly series on this aircraft, or the pair of aircraft. And so we'll go into a lot more detail, but I just want to give you the walk around here. Honestly, like I've said already, impressive. I love how quick these wings pop on and off. Yeah, that's definitely an impressive thing. Now, all of the servos on this aircraft are mini servos. So one step down from the normal size servo. So we've got something special. We'll talk about that when we get into the assembly series. The flaps are a standard size servo, and we've gone with some stubbies. So pretty cool stuff. We're going to be doing our standard kind of setup on this aircraft. So it's going to be our normal setup. So we're going to have one battery for everything. One of them, my plane is going to be getting a Skywing 190. The other plane is going to be getting a Chikoi 195. So they're both going to be outfitted very similar as far as the turbine situation goes. They're all getting the same servo layout. So they're going to be almost identical builds. Like I talked about earlier in this video, we are taking the tanks and smoke system out of the aircraft. Now, while we were at Jet Power, we picked up 2 fuel bladders, or fuel containment devices, as we like to call them. We picked up one from Salim at Flight Composite Tech. That's the one I really want to use in this aircraft, but they're a little bit wider than the ones that we typically get from Jordan Factor. So we've got 2 options though. We picked up both tanks. So it's going to be a matter of what fits. Now, after talking with Skywing, we can take that entire fuel section out, all the structure and stuff in there, and it doesn't affect the structure of the plane at all, which is a huge positive. So we do have a huge time crunch with these aircraft, so we do have a lot of work to do. What I'm going to do is, very first thing is pull all the tank structure out, get our fuel containment device situation figured out, get the retainers glued in place, and once that's done, then we'll be painting the inside of the fuselages and putting everything together. So there's a lot of work to do to get these things ready, but we do have options. We're gonna be going with a single battery setup. So this is the battery that we're gonna be using in these aircraft. So this is our standard single battery setup. So one battery to power the turbine and all of the radio components. So we'll dive into that more as we get into the build. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull Falcon number 2 out of the packaging, and we'll do our final thoughts with both of these aircraft side by side, and we'll take a look at them next to each other, the twins. Well, and there you have it, 2 matching, shiny, brand new Falcon 2.1m aircraft from Skywing. We're gonna pound these things together very quickly over the next few days. Again, today is Wednesday. We're gonna be starting on the fuel containment device mounting tomorrow, which is Thursday, and we wanna get the mounts all glued in, and then we are going to be putting these things together on Friday, Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday if needed. So it's gonna be a lot of work, and we'll get it done. So thanks guys for joining us on the unboxing of the 2 Skywing Falcon aircrafts. Skywing, thank you for getting these to us so quickly and helping us out with them. It is very appreciated. Looking forward to flying these. The goal is to have these aircraft flying at Turbines and Tumbleweeds down in Texas, which is next week. So coming up very soon. So that's the goal for these guys. Thanks guys for tuning into this video. Thank you for supporting the channel. And I just want to throw it out there as well too. Many people don't know that we have a podcast channel. It's called the RC Air Experience. There's a link down below. We've had tons of amazing guests on that podcast, and it's an absolute blast. So if you're into podcasts, check it out. It's only on YouTube as of the time that this video is released. We're not on any of the other streaming services, just on YouTube. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I'm very excited to see everybody at Turbines and Tumbleweeds in Sweetwater, Texas, October 2nd to October 5th, 2025. See you there.